What up, deep divers? Welcome back for round 2 of this epic journey we're on together.
Round 2.
Figuring out that special something that makes you, well, you. If you missed part 1, no worries, we got you.
We got you.
Basically, we dug into the idea that your gift isn't this one big shiny thing.
Right.
It's more like a whole toolbox of awesome stuff you already have inside.
We're all about application on this show, right? So let's turn that knowledge into action. Today's deep dive is all about how to actually use your unique advantage, all those tools in your personal toolbox to level up your life.
You know it. And as we go deeper into the material today, you'll see how even those things you might see as weaknesses can actually become your secret sauce. This is powerful stuff, folks. It's based on the Pt2 101 course, which you can check out, link in the description. Now, this course can get a little woo-woo sometimes, but don't sweat it. We're going to break it down and pull out the real deal stuff you can actually put into practice.
Think of us as your personal hype crew, translating the jargon and giving you those straight-up gems you can use to win at life.
All right, so one of the key concepts in this course is the law of opposites.
Law of opposites.
It might sound a little heady at first, but stick with us because this is low-key the secret to understanding how your strengths and weaknesses actually work together.
Yeah.
Can you break this down for us a bit?
You got it. This law is basically saying that for every action, there's a reaction.
Okay.
Kind of like for every up, there's a down, or for every yin, there's a yang. It's about balance, right?
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah.
But how does that apply to, like, me crushing it in my daily life?
It's all about understanding how what's happening inside you, your thoughts, your motivations, even your natural quirks, directly affect the results you see in your life. It's that internal-external connection.
So if I'm vibing high internally, that's going to show up externally? I like it.
Right. Now, the source material uses this analogy about basketball. But let's flip the script and think about something a little more relatable for the everyday hustler. Say you're someone who's always had this crazy knack for fixing things.
Okay.
You can take apart anything and put it back together, no sweat.
Yeah, we all know that person who can fix literally anything.
Right. Now, on the surface, your friends might be like, yo, you're a mechanical genius. But think about the internal qualities that make you so good at it. Focused problem-solving skills. Maybe even a bit of that good old-fashioned patience that some of us struggle with.
True. I'd be out there like, yo, where's the duct tape? But I see what you're saying. It's deeper than just being good at fixing stuff.
Exactly. Those internal strengths, the focus, the problem-solving, those are the real MVPs. And you can apply those same qualities to tons of other areas of your life, from managing your finances to navigating tricky situations at work.
So it's not just about what you're good at, but why you're good at it.
Right.
Those internal superpowers are the real game changers.
You got it. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The things we see as our weaknesses might actually be our strengths in disguise. Like, imagine someone who gets told they're too emotional all the time.
Oof, been there. Sometimes you just got to feel your feelings, you know?
For real. But what if instead of seeing that as a weakness, we flipped it? What if that deep well of emotions actually makes them super empathetic and allows them to connect with people on a whole other level?
Wait, hold up. Now, that's a serious plot twist.
Yeah.
So it's all about how we view those weaknesses, those parts of ourselves we try to hide.
Straight up. Let's say you're someone who tends to jump into things head first, maybe a little impulsive. Some folks might see that as reckless.
Oh.
But what if it actually means you're a bold decision maker and a fearless go-getter?
Man, this is blowing my mind. So instead of trying to squash those parts of ourselves, we got to figure out how to, like, level them up and use them to our advantage.
Now you're catching on. And that's what this deep dive is all about. Helping you identify those internal superpowers and showing you how to unleash them on the world. The key is to reframe those weaknesses as opportunities. Let's take procrastination, for example. A lot of people struggle with that, right?
Oh, don't even get me started on the queen of I'll do it later.
Yeah.
But how is that a good thing?
Well, what if we look at it from a different angle? Maybe that tendency to put things off also means you're really good at working under pressure. You thrive in those last-minute crunch times when the adrenaline is pumping, and you can pull it all together like a champ.
Okay, that's kind of true. I do my best work when I'm feeling the heat.
Exactly. So it's not about pretending the procrastination doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the why behind it and finding ways to leverage it to your advantage.
I feel you. Now, this course also talks about 2 types of weaknesses, internal and external. Can you give us the lowdown on what that means?
I gotcha. Internal weaknesses are those voices in our heads, those negative thoughts and beliefs that hold us back. Like, maybe you're super creative, but you've got this inner critic telling you you're not good enough.
Oh, that inner critic is the worst. It's like a constant buzzkill.
I know, right? But the good news is that we can learn to tame that inner critic and turn down the volume on those negative thoughts. It's about recognizing those limiting beliefs and consciously choosing to replace them with more empowering ones.
So it's like we got to become our own hype person if we can dig it.
And then there are those external weaknesses, the stuff outside of us that can drain our energy and block our shine.
Okay, give me some examples. What kind of stuff are we talking about?
It could be anything from a toxic work environment to hanging out with people who bring you down, to even just spending too much time scrolling on social media and comparing yourself to others. It's all that negative energy that can seep into your life and mess with your vibe.
Man, that's real. I definitely need to do a social media detox every now and then.
Yeah.
But how do we handle these external weaknesses? Like, we can't always just run away from them, right?
True. Sometimes you gotta face the music. But it's about recognizing when something is draining you and setting boundaries. Like maybe you need to have a real talk with that friend who's always bringing the drama, or limit your exposure to the news if it's stressing you out.
Boundaries are important. We got to protect our peace.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And just like there are external weaknesses, there are also external strengths. The source material calls these power-ups, those things that can boost our abilities and help us level up in life.
Ooh, power-ups. I like where this is going. Tell me more.
Think of those supportive friends who always have your back, that mentor who inspires you to chase your dreams, or even that online community that gives you the motivation to keep going.
So it's about building a squad of people who lift you up and support your journey.
Exactly. And we can actively seek out these power-ups. We can join groups, connect with people who are doing the things we want to do, or even just invest in ourselves by taking a course or reading a book that expands our knowledge.
We've talked about the law of opposites, those pesky kryptonite situations and those awesome power-ups that can help us level up in life.
Yeah.
But now it's time to get real practical.
Real practical.
How do we actually use all of this knowledge to create a life that's truly lit? All right, so this Pt2 course keeps talking about becoming the hero of your own story.
Right.
What does that even mean in the real world? We're not all out here fighting villains and saving the day, right?
Right, but think about it. Every hero faces challenges, right? They have doubts, they make mistakes, but they keep pushing forward using their unique skills and strengths to overcome obstacles and ultimately achieve their goals.
So it's like we all have that inner hero potential, but we got to learn how to tap into it.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your own story, to create a life that's aligned with your values and aspirations, even when things get tough.
I feel you. It's about owning your journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And the Pt2 course emphasizes that being the hero doesn't mean doing it all alone. Remember those power-ups we talked about? Those supportive friends, mentors, and communities? Those are your sidekicks, folks. The people who are there to cheer you on and help you through those tough levels.
It's like having a cheat code for life. But real talk, how do we actually find those power-ups if we're feeling a little lost or isolated?
There are tons of ways, my friend. Think about the things you're passionate about. Are there groups or online communities where people share their same interests? Maybe there's a local workshop or class you can take to connect with like-minded folks. And don't be afraid to reach out to people you admire and ask for guidance or advice.
Okay, so we're building our squad, we're leveling up our skills, and we're embracing our inner hero. But how do we actually translate all of this into tangible action? Like, what are some real-world steps we can take today to start living that hero life?
That's where the magic happens, my friend. The Pt2 course encourages us to start small. What's one tiny step you can take today that aligns with your values and goals? Maybe it's finally launching that side hustle you've been dreaming of, having that tough conversation you've been putting off, or simply committing to 30 minutes of exercise.
I love that. It's not about making these huge, overwhelming changes. It's about taking those baby steps, those micro wins that build momentum and create lasting transformation.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Action creates clarity. As you start taking those steps, even if they're small, you'll start to get a clearer sense of what truly lights you up and what you need to do to create a life that feels truly fulfilling.
It's like that saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Right. So don't get caught up in the overwhelm or the fear of failure. Just take that first step and trust that the path will unfold as you go.
Deep divers, this has been such an inspiring journey. We've dug deep, we've flipped the scripts, and we've unlocked some serious potential.
Remember, you are the hero of your own story. You have the power to create a life that's truly extraordinary, a life that's filled with purpose, passion, and abundance.
We're here to cheer you on every step of the way. So go out there, embrace your unique gifts, and create a life that's truly lit. Until next time, deep divers keep shining bright.